Hey, this is Nick from Trophyline, and today we're going to go over how to get the most comfort out of your tree saddle setup. All right, today we're going to go over how to get the most comfort out of your tree saddle setup. And the very first thing you're going to want to do is go back and watch an earlier video we created where you need to set the saddle up to your body. Next, we're going to go over tether height, bridge length, and a few accessories you may want to add to your system to achieve that optimal comfort. So the first thing we're going to touch on is tree tether height. But before we do that, I just want to say that as you can see today, we're only 1 stick high, but you can do this 1 foot off the ground, 1 stick high, but I wouldn't do it any higher. I would spend the time lower, close to the ground, making sure that you can dial in your setup, because once you're comfortable at 1 to 3 feet, you're gonna be much more comfortable at 20 feet. So I like to keep my tree tether right around the height of my nose. Most people keep it between the bottom of their chin and around their forehead. And so I've got mine right around the height of my nose right now. And then I'll make sure it's tightened up and I can take my lineman's rope off and lean back and just see where I feel the pressure on my saddle. If you feel pressure down on the back of your thighs more than you do on the lower part of your back, your tether might be too high. If you feel pressure on your lower back more than you do on your thighs, it may be too low. What you really want is to spread the weight out between these two areas of the saddle and find that sweet spot with your tether height. So once you feel you found tether height that does spread the weight out comfortably, the next thing you're gonna need to talk about is your rope bridge length. The rope bridge length really has a lot to do with how much you feel on your hips. If you feel too much pressure on your hips, your rope bridge may be too small. If you feel like the saddle is able to twist and move on you, your rope bridge may be too long. Take some time, and once you get the tether height set, put the lineman's rope back on your saddle. Put some weight on that, and now you can adjust your rope bridge length. So like I said, if you feel too much pressure on your hips, you can adjust it out. If it feels too loose on you, you can adjust it in. Now, just so you know, if you adjust it out, it will make it so that you're farther away from the tree. So your body angle will come out the longer your rope bridge is. So you may need to adjust your tether height to get the angle that you feel most comfortable at as you adjust your rope bridge. So it's a little bit of a game until you can get it figured out. Once you've found the tree tether height you like and the rope bridge length that feels most comfortable, one last rope adjustment you can play with is the distance that your prusik or ascender is down the tag end of the tree tether. As you let this out, obviously you'll lean farther back from the tree. As you pull it in, you'll be closer to the tree. Now that's just finding the comfort on what angle you want to be at, but also it comes into play whenever you want to incorporate your knee pads. Being too close to the tree when you're using your knee savers will make it so that you may not have the proper angle that you like. If you want just a little bit of rest from your legs, this could be fine, but if you want to actually sit for a longer period of time, you may want to adjust this out. So in order to do that, obviously you're going to put your lineman's rope back on again, secure it to the other side of the saddle, and now you can adjust this out. Take the lineman's rope off and lean back, and now you can see my angle away from the tree is much more drastic than it was before. However, once I sit, I have a much better seating position. This is a good way to provide some relief. Some people choose to actually hunt this way rather than standing. And what's really nice about having some knee savers on is that if you have some odd shot angles, you can use it to anchor into the tree much more comfortably. The last thing we'll go over is the back band. This is really nice, again, when you're on those all-day hunts and you may feel some fatigue in your lower back or your abdomen. You can just throw it over your body and then hook it into your main carabiner and lean on back. And this really provides a lot of relief in that situation. So coupling the back band with the knee pads and taking the time to set your ropes proper, you really can achieve ultimate comfort in your tree saddle setup. For more tech tips and how-tos, please be sure to follow the Trophyline YouTube page.